First Jay, I'm not winner.
Sharp, man. Hey, I never thought this day will come. But please don't paralyze me, ne?
Like in Hanoi.
So you're the one being interviewed, I must remind you.
All right, cool.
I'm interested in the part that people don't know about Tumi. I mean, people, Babana, Tumi, Ning Ning, Babana, Jumaima. But let's start where it began. Where were you born? I know you're Sowetan born, but
yeah.
Where about Kokase? And then, tell us more about.
Actually, I was born in Soweto, Kopara. Like
Kopara.
Most of us, yeah, Kopara. But didn't grow up actually in Soweto. The first years of my life, I was in Northwest. Nerloko Plekebarikim Tutu. Just closer to Brett's. I remember, I think, yeah, until grade 2. And then that's when we moved this side to some squatter camp called Loli.
Oh.
It's just next to Lenasia.
Nelly squatter camp.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's still there. I mean, not Bafana Bamikuku.
Kiloli. Oh.
Yeah, Loli. But now they've added Loli Estates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Estates.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a very interesting neighborhood. I mean, Kirona, 50% there, Botaki and Makalati. So it was very interesting to grow up there. Yeah, I can say most of my life in in that area up until now.
Yeah.
Kimolcation in Lever and Kesentin. I get to before, let's say.
Okay.
I grew up in a very strict Christian family.
Okay.
Pastor's kid.
Yeah.
First. Bishop, even now.
Bishop.
I get bishop, no.
Yeah. So when I was bishop, you had joke.
Yeah, that's that's what I always say. Not but when I'm on stage, I say, don't curse your parents, love your parents unto.
Yeah.
My God.
Okay.
So yeah, I go to like, any other typical PK, being forced to participate, go kerekeng, udlala the drum, play keys. And for the longest of time, I thought actually now when I grow up, I'm actually going to be a musician.
Okay.
If that doesn't work out, then probably be an actor. I never thought that I'll ever be a stand-up comedian, you know what I'm saying? A very interesting childhood, man, being raised with both parents up until they divorced. And then now the dynamics became different, to a point whereby I started to self-raise at a very young age. Because there's a point where I was also homeless. And that's when like literally.
You homeless?
Wait. Yeah. And this was when, so this is how it happened.
Yeah.
After graduating, right? After graduating,
graduating from where? Graduation.
No, Nikki. So I studied IT, software development. I'm a programmer by profession, which I never utilized. My love has always been just to be on stage.
Yeah.
I've never loved anything else. So after graduate, and now you must understand at that time, the parents had just split.
Yeah.
And then now it's a new setup. I'm with a new mom. And then now, Banchaila now, when you want to go on stage, we're not going to condone. We've paid so much for you to go and wabon. And the stubborn me was like, I don't think what I can fathom staying under that. It felt so depressed being under that house. So I was like, you know what? In order for me to be able to pursue what I want, it's fine. The streets are calling.
Yeah.
And I just left, Well, that was the ultimatum that I was given. Or you choose. So that you're going to stay here and go job hunting. And then I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a boss. So I left. And that's when I think like my passion or my hunger for actually making this thing of laughter to become a business and all these things developed. So Mo William Nicole, there's a field station there that I used to camp Koting. So, because it was closer to a comedy club. There was a comedy club in Monte Casino. It was called Parker's Comedy. So it was easier for me, or I would walk from there to there. And I had my chance at the Batrad Kaftin, like when their wives cooked, then the Nekishago thing, and I'd bath Kodilo Karensabon. I spent like 2 years of that. And funny thing is, people didn't even know. Because in the public,
you don't have a place to...
In the public, I always maintained like I'm doing well, guys. I don't know how they didn't even catch up, but I was wearing the same clothes every time.
Okay, but I need to understand this place where you were staying. Was it a bridge, pipe? What was it?
No, neke blomago garage, like a fuel station.
So filling station.
Yes, the filling station. So
Yeah.
the guys that were there, like they enjoyed because those shifts were long for them. So
Yeah.
they enjoyed me talking to them, making jokes, entertaining them.
Yeah.
At some point, like I would even like offer or let me help out, or
Yeah.
let me help you feel. Or they're like, no, it's not allowed and this and
Yeah.
that. But yeah, that's where I spent.
So filling station in a little toilet.
Yes.
Where were you staying?
They've got lockers. They've got lockers.
No, the lockers are one about.
They've got, you know, they even
Oh,
find
kanale room nyana,
finally their own room. That's why they prepare there's
Yeah.
there's a kettle there.
Yeah.
They've got cups nyana that are greasy.
So you were staying in that small room
Yeah.
here, mobile change
2 years straight.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years straight.
Sure.
And
So, but the owner didn't pick up Rhyme and
no, the thing is, I get these guys back in the shifts.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
during the day, I'm not there. I
Oh.
only come later.
Yeah.
I even knew their schedule. So
And the owner, General Ayobs.
never there.
So you stayed filling station 2 years.
2 years of my life.
Wow.
And I'm trying out this comedy thing that doesn't even look promising.
Yeah.
At that time, you are literally gigging for nothing because you know what promoters will always say. We're giving you exposure.
Yeah.
We want you to develop,
Yeah.
certain stage confidence and all these things that they were talking.
Yeah.
But one thing that I knew that like I had vowed to myself because I voluntarily. Decided to be homeless because I was like I really wanted to do this thing.
Yeah.
So I told myself, you know what? By the time I go back and reunite with my family, I wanna go back having something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I am. Okay, now this is why I left.
So family hasn't or tried to reach out. How?
Awkward enough. The only person was my mom because I had an option because my mom was very supportive. But now the problem is my mom has to take care of my other siblings.
Yeah.
You understand? That are unemployed. And I always thought, I don't want to go and be a parent to my mom who's unemployed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Every time we speak over the phone, Tumi, are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. Things are good. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know.
But isn't how people are handling things these days here, especially, people are famous. I know at the time it was just in the beginning of their career. But isn't that maybe the kind of thing that we see in our society where people are putting up this face as if they are making it, they're successful enough, but in fact, I
always say it's a very tricky and very dangerous thing to ever do to yourself, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to business-wise, I mean, your presentation or whatever makes sense. I can't say to you, hey, if you say you want me for a gig, and then I'm like, I'm charging 120,000 to come and MC your event, and then whereas I rock up in an Uber or a Tez, so there's always that image that you need to put up first in order for, for it to make sense.
Credibility
or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we have normalized, Rona, and to a point where now we start living that. You know what I'm saying? You even forget, but that is just you. I mean, if we're only a petrol attendant, you're not a petrol attendant when you get home.
Yeah.
Not the pressure is that, or even, especially now that you're in the public, you have to maintain that standard and you forget, but this is not really you. It's what you need to put out there in order for you to pay bills.
Wow. Well, interesting. So you never thought one day you would end up being a stand-up comedian. But growing up, and did you not have this thing all the time?
I was suspended and expelled for Hukwaramutu.
What?
Yeah. My first...
Suspended from school?
Yeah, the first time. And then they asked me to bring my parents.
Yeah.
I got to a local tavern, got someone that was drunk.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, my guy, please kick in.
Yeah.
Play my father.
Yeah.
Please, they want to see my father. Then I took that guy, Gamgatu Ranta, Ravaya Goskela, Avashasha. No, that's my son. What? And at that time, the funny thing is, I told him straight, my name is Tumelo.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, Tepo, my son. No, he's never, this is...
He's
calling me Tepo, this guy. I'm like... This guy
so what did the school say there?
No, okay, they bought the story. They're like, okay, cool, they gave me a last warning. And then after then, the other time, so, and I wasn't even aware. Like for me, because I grew up like being this skinny guy that was easy to bully, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My only defense mechanism was to retaliate verbally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every time, like you always have like your victims, people that you know, those are your victims. Hey, this girl now is not coming to school now. It's been what, 3 weeks? The parent comes. Hi man, my child is no longer attending school. What's happening? Hey, the child tells the mother, say, the reason why I'm not coming to school is because of this guy. This guy one guara, one bully, whatever, and I don't feel. That's when I was expelled. I had to change schools.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my only, I did.
Yeah.
And from my like alcohol, from childhood, like my mom would always say, I used to be like the best like impersonator. Like I'd always. Kokerekeng especially, like I'd look at someone, how they pray and whatever, and then I'll do that when I get home. And that would be like their entertainment. So it's always been there, but you must understand, the background that we come from, like stand-up comedy was never a thing. It was never seen as,
was not famous.
You know what I'm saying? We only like started taking it serious when we saw, hey, Trevor, hey, people can eat out of this thing.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I thought I was ever going to be probably, I was going to act in a comedy series or whatever that's there, you know what I'm saying? But I never thought that I can actually stand in front of people and invite them into my world and tell them stories, and then they laugh about that, and I can actually make revenue out of that.
Yeah. So that is your main source of income?
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, but have you ever had anyone try to throw something at you?
A lot of times.
Breaking a joke, yeah.
A lot of times. Here's the thing, and this is something that I really find funny. Someone will pay to come and watch you tell jokes.
Yeah.
The mood around is just laughter, right? There's this other show that I once did in Pretoria. I remember, not so long ago, I think it was maybe 3 years ago. I used to host at some club. Hey, I get on stage. You see this thing of picking up on people, like, and it coincidentally, when that guy came in, I was like, hey, guys, hi, criminal.
Yeah.
The hijackers, guys, just check. Because of how he was wearing, ne? But I didn't, like, it wasn't a serious thing. Khani Vele, that guy.
He's a criminal.
Hey. I'm telling jokes, I'm there.
Yeah.
Every 2 minutes I go back to him. I'm like, hey, guys, my phone? Oh, it's still here. Check at the guy. People are laughing.
Yeah.
This guy thinks I've already did like a background check. As I turned, I remember very well. Like, he hit me on my back with a bottle.
Yo.
Hit me. But it didn't like hit like directly. So I couldn't sharp side, and then it moved to the sliding door. Hey, now people are like, what's happening? The bouncers come in. They call me to the kitchen.
Yeah.
They don't have an office. They call me to the kitchen. They say, my guy, this guy is a top criminal here in Pretoria. Don't ever again. Please. They call the guy. I apologized.
Yeah.
Me, I'm stubborn. Next week he's there. I'm like, ow, creamy, we are back. At that time, he was laughing about it. You know what I'm saying? He had already now understood the mood.
So, clearly, you mentioned someone like Trevor Noah. I mean, it's shown, Jorge. This is a profession, a proper one. How much do you charge for a gig?
It depends.
Yeah.
I've got a friend called Samari. I do gigs for free.
Yeah.
When somebody calls me, then I do gigs for free.
Yeah.
But my price range now is quite interesting, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's corporate, I do know for a fact, or I charge some,
it
depends on the scope of work that I need to do.
Yeah.
But 60 upwards.
Okay.
That's what I charge.
Okay.
For corporate, if I'm doing your social events, I mean, it's negotiable.
Yeah.
25, 30. It
And
depends also on the distance that I have to travel, because I don't travel alone. You know what I'm saying? It's me, it's my road manager, and my, we always.
So how many gigs, more or less, you do? I know some months will be different. Festive probably will be busier. But in a normal month, I mean, apart from both.
Here's an interesting thing about me, right? When I don't, like, I make sure at least in a week, I gig maybe 4 times.
Okay.
If I'm not booked, I create my own gigs, because I've got my own club. By the way, I own a club.
Yeah.
So if I'm not booked, I just call my boys, guys, let's go perform at my club. I'll pay you.
So I know it's not an easy one to say, but It sounds like 200K is easy to do for a stand-up comedian who's consistent.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is, actually.
Yeah. I'm not trying to invite people.
No, you can tell them my worth. Guys, please, whoever is watching, if you want to book me 200,000,
yeah,
let's make it.
So, how does the investment thing work in your life?
Here's one thing about me. I've always told myself that I don't know how long am I going to be relevant. It's by God's grace that I've managed. I think now it's close to 10 years that I've still been consistent and, you know, killing stages, getting booked and, you know. But one thing that I knew is that whatever that I get now, I need to make sure that I plant it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Out of comedy, I managed to start a farm, got a club, I'm building another club. What else am I doing? I've got a cleaning company now that I'm running. So I've never, whatever cent that I get from comedy, I've always thought, hey, what if tomorrow there's someone who's funnier than me and my friends.
Yeah.
And by my friends, I mean Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, and, you know, the likes. So,
hey, you're talking big, yo.
you know, we grew up together, man. It's not something that I post about, but hey, now that we are here, I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always been that's very smart when it comes to money. Simple things, like you'll never find me randomly in a club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm at a club, I'm at my club.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're in a gig there.
If I'm not getting paid, there's nothing. I love staying indoors.
Yeah.
I love being at home.
So you took a swipe. I won't mention the name of this club that you had an issue or they're not treating as well. And so what was the problem? What was
so here's the thing. I for one, I think maybe also I've become so confident with the investments that I've made to a point whereby I'm able to stand up. A lot of comedians or artists, they take what I would, lack of a better word, say nonsense contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they are desperate. You know what I'm saying? I was getting my money from the club. I was getting paid monthly. That was okay. But their treatment towards other comedians, for me, didn't necessarily sit well with me. I was like, but how do I justify the fact that, first of all, I'm selling tickets at this venue, but the money that you are saying I need to take and give to other comedians, it's not even half of what we are making there. You are running a bar. You know what I'm saying? You're saying you've got a sponsor also.
Yeah.
Why are we even having all these people?
Yeah.
No, it's because when you're on our payroll and you're charging us this much and you're like, but how do I justify telling comedians that, e.g., 200 rand tickets, we're making, if it's 200 seats, we're making 40,000. And then you're telling me, now I must take 10,000 and split it with other comedians. How do I justify to them?
Yeah.
That was my issue.
So when it comes to money, what is the one or two things that are non-negotiables?
I won't allow someone to tell me that money is the root of all evil. That one, we can't negotiate that one.
Yeah.
Money is happiness, it's peace, it's all these things.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, things that are non-negotiable, I'm a very religious, spiritual person. I'll never sell myself or sell my soul for money. That's number one. Number two, when you're booking me, you're not booking me to go make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? You're basically just buying my time. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at money, I look at time. That's my attitude towards money. If you can't buy time, but you can convert time into money.
Yeah.
That's my attitude towards money.
Okay. You did the gig here, Date My Family. Well, not gig per se, but I mean, you appeared before you were famous.
Yeah.
Did that launch your career, maybe?
It did. It actually, well, I already had if you were to trace back, there's a skit that I did where I was talking about, it's Kumbule Kaya, where I was telling people that Petrus Motsepe is my dad.
Yeah.
And I wrote to Kumbule Kaya and blah, blah, blah. That was the first platform that sort of like shed light on this career, right? Or to this talent. And then after that, I went to Date My Family. So the producer calls me. My guy, I know you're singing.
Yeah.
And now the viewership here is not working.
Yeah.
I want you to go there, be yourself.
Yeah.
And I said, it's an opportunity for me to get love. Maybe if that happens. Also, man, let me just go have fun. Because I felt like everyone that was going to the show was like pretending, like they were not themselves.
Yeah.
Since when do you pull a chair for your girl when Since when do you open a door? My
Yeah.
guy, just be yourself there.
Yeah.
Don't ask for asparagus leading
Yeah.
me. You know, on a Tuesday, you was eating noodles when.
Yeah.
Then be that guy.
Yeah.
So I just went there to stand up for reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lucky enough, that just, gave the show views and everyone. I became like,
Yeah.
I was shocked when I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh,
Hey.
there's a DM from Somizi.
Ow.
Oh, Ngempela, there's our Plekov is now following me. I'm like, hey, guys, I've made it.
Yeah.
Now I check the numbers are going high. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now I'm getting bookings now. They are calling me. I went there with the pure intention of just having fun, and also if there's a chance. Funny thing is, even the lady that I got there, we pushed a good relationship, like 8 months or so.
Yeah. Pela, yeah, man, hey, people were wondering, this guy, first day already so soon.
I was kissing. Me, I'm a kiss of note. I kiss for a living.
Yeah.
Anything I kiss. You too, I can kiss.
Aibo. I know.
Fire. I tried, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, people think Tumi is always cracking jokes. What is the serious side of Tumi?
The serious side, I always say it's my work ethic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a 24-hour jolly person. When I wake up after saying my prayer, devotions, I'm like, I instantly kick into a jolly person.
Yeah.
You'll never find me, like, even if there's something that is not sitting well with me, I address it right there. I do not compromise on my happiness. You'll never ever see me angry unless it's something that's happening right instant and I have to react.
Yeah.
Then after 2 minutes later, then I'm very jolly. So it's just, you'll take my work serious.
Yeah.
You must know that when you get to the office, in the boardroom, there I'm very serious. But after all, there's nothing that I really take serious.
How should I pray the way you do prayer?
I know. Oh, yeah. Like Shabadi tongues. I only pray in tongues.
I know.
Are you ready?
Let's not go there.
Are you ready? No, you can me. Anytime. Let's start now. In fact.
Okay. I don't tell you tongues out,
Mina. Nkulunkulu. Thandaza ngacala ngimngaka, ngaba ngaka, manje sengingaka. Blome neziphalapharanda rababa. Phakathi kwekharakharanda rabesho. You can take me out of the church, but you can take the church out of me. Mubatshele.
I know.
And God hears this prayer. It's Skanda prayer. It's called Skanda prayer.
I hear you. I
Yeah.
hear you. What would you say to other comedians in jail who seem to be focusing on just comedy but not thinking of having multiple streams of income?
We come from, a very interesting 2 years where COVID was, the in thing, If you didn't learn from that experience, then you are very stubborn. You don't even deserve to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think it should even be directed to just comedians. Everyone. If you've got your eggs in one basket, you are planning your failure. Because I remember when COVID happened, a lot of comedians had to go back.
Yeah.
They lost their houses. I had to downgrade. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, Bondi.
What did you downgrade?
No, like I sold my cars. I collect cars. I remember at some point that there was a point where I had like 7 cars. And COVID happened. Now I'm left with 4.
There's still a lot of cars.
Yeah, not for me, for you. now I love cars.
That is for showing your clients and stuff.
Not really. I love cars. Like you'll never find me, and I love building cars.
Yeah.
I've got a huge passion of building cars, especially with the spin cars and all these things. So I'll buy a body and start building a car from scratch. That's me. You know what I'm saying? So when COVID happened, I started seeing, I am not sure how long this nightmare is gonna last when you're no longer getting those bookings.
Yeah.
And not because you're no longer finding all this, but maybe there's something better. There's someone better that is grabbing the world's attention. And we'll see you when.
Yeah. You know, funny you should say that. I was talking to one influencer, Mitsa Boso, Bekele Beke.
Oh, yeah. I know him from the Val.
Yes, and I was saying to him, look, and you know, because he knows people who were once famous, had money, but today they are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
What were the crowdfunding, you know?
Yeah.
And I said to him, look, unless you change the way you're doing things, one day,
Must change what? His walk.
Utloba broke, Bekele Beke.
Must change. Must start moonwalking at least to. Yeah.
So, but at least I'm inspired by how you're approaching life and basically the issue of investing and you know, having a farm and all these different other things, the clubs and all these different things that you do, you know, to make money.
Yeah.
Because you can't just rely on to A1 like you said.
Funny thing is, you didn't even ask me, how does my dad feel about me having a club?
Let's talk about that either, because I'm just wondering, I guess maybe at some stage your father had to make peace with the fact that, you know, look, a pastor doesn't give birth to a pastor.
Yeah.
So how does that relationship work now with your dad?
I think, you know, my dad has a very cool approach towards Christianity or religion overall. My dad is one person that says, you know what, I've taught you the way.
Yeah.
I've taught you the word. You know where to run to in times of distress. When you are, you know what I'm saying? I can only teach you that. And then whatever you decide to do with the wisdom that I've departed on you, then it's totally up to you.
It's up to you.
I think also now you can't complain because the club also extends his house, paints the house, takes some of the siblings to school. So you can't complain as such.
Yeah.
It's only so much that tithe can do.
Yeah. What has been your worst financial decision?
My worst financial decision has to be partnering with friends when it comes to business.
Yes.
I feel like it becomes very difficult, especially when you're close to someone. And like personally, even when you see things are going this way, you're like, you know what, for the sake of peace and the relationship that you have, let me rather not. Doing business with friends, yes, this has to be the worst. I've lost so much money. Now I'm like, you know what, I'd rather start it on a small scale instead of inviting other people to inject funds. You know what I'm saying? At least there, I'm everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Final word. If you were to give some tips to people who are artists, you know, around handling money, what would you say?
Be realistic. Live within your margins. You might be a superstar on stage. At the end of it all, that life is just there on stage. Off stage, you're a normal person. You've got bills. You've got things that you need to take care of. I don't understand, why would you want to drive a 4 million car? Whereas you're still renting. Whereas you don't have, look, we love you for what you give us on stage. That's it. At the end of it all, I see like a lot of, the other time there was this rapper, Aries from Pretoria. He was being bashed for walking into a chicken franchise, which we all grew up loving. You know what I'm saying? The 3-letter one. And he was being bashed. Like, oh, you know? And I'm like, oh, Kanti? What's wrong with that? What if on that day I feel like actually, so now I must force myself, I must be there in Sentin City, eating at what hotel, so that I can maintain the respect that people have for me or that they view the brand as. So we also, it's also, especially us that are given that platform that we can express and tell, we need to also go back and educate our audiences that, hey guys, at the end of it all, guys, I'm also a person. Do you know, it's been, I'm sure 12 years, because I've never been in a taxi. Since I last been in a taxi. I miss that. I miss just saying after robot. But I can't do that because now you are there. Oh, now you are trending. How this guy, what happened to his Bentley? What happened to this? You know what I'm saying? So I think also we need to also be quite kind towards each other and understand that, hey Joe, that life is only for entertainment.
At
the end of it all, I also now want to wake up and not be questioned or judged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure those who are watching or listening have a lot to learn. Bratumza, thank you so much.
Did you learn anything?
Thank you so much.
No, I want to know, did you learn?
Of course I did.
What did you learn?
I learned, Hori, you were homeless.
I'm listening.
Thanks
Thanks for having me, Pastor John.
No, it's my pleasure.